race to stay alive in the tournament. I'm DM Stewart 1981.
And my name's Vitasia. I am just absolutely hyped for this race here.
So am I, and 50 rupees in Link's house. As we are off.
AaronDobbe already doing a save and quit, not even going to check Uncle at this point in time. Just heading right up, doing the Sanctuary check, while Veetorp is going to check Uncle.
And AaronDobbe gets Fisher Price's My First Shield out of Sanctuary.
It's always so cute when they grow up with their first shield.
Now, I wonder, when will we see My First Sword?
It's anyone's guess. It could be anywhere. I'm kind of hoping for a troll sword, swordless, as long as we can get it tonight.
Oh, that's cruel. 10 arrows from Uncle. Crab is dropping 5 arrow bundles. So nothing great there. And Pizza Heart in the boomerang chest. I missed what that was on Lumberjack.
It didn't look like anything important off the top of my head, but I also only got it out of the corner of my eye, so... AaronDobbe moving just a little bit too fast with that wonderful Splatoon character there.
Now, side question. Oh, we've got a blue male in the mushroom spot.
Nice.
Now, a side question for you. How many bottles are they going to find with bees in them?
Depends on if this is a Plando or not. If it is, all of them in Kakariko, and they will all have bees.
Because all hail Veetorp. And it is a shield upgrade. It's a shield upgrade in Lumberjack Cave.
Our first
We've got a map check. Two crystals and red pendant on Tower of Hera. And neither crystal was 5 or 6.
Tower of Hera is interesting for one of the pendants. Just a few items that are going to be required to clear it out, but not a ton. So it'll be interesting to see if I'm already on pedestal hype alert for the night.
Yeah, we already could be in a pedestal hype mode. AaronDobbe buys bombs in Kakariko.
Not surprising. Looks like Veetorp, although already has some bombs, so won't have to buy any, at least in his initial pass. He'll be able to route Kakariko a little bit easier.
And 3 more bombs in Chicken Hut.
That's a little bit annoying there for AaronDobbe. Already spending all that money and only getting a 1 bomb return on that chest.
Veetorp heads down to Blind's basement. Meanwhile, what's that, Lassie? Aaron is down in the well?
Oh. Oh!
We've got a cane! And a
lamp! And a sword! Wow, all the treasure is in Blind's hut. But all the money is in the well. I don't know. I see early sword, I see early lamp.
I see early quack.
I'm thinking this might be pointing us towards Aga, but we don't quite know yet.
I see early sword, I see early lamp, but I don't see early cape. We need either a cape or a second sword to have Aghanim open.
That's still, I like the odds at this point in time. We'll see. We won't have Dark World access until we get either both lift upgrades or at least 1 lift upgrade and a hammer. So 1 item to 2 items to unlock Dark World. We'll see.
Yeah. And we won't really be able to do anything other than, say, and library is going to have 5 rupees for us.
Nope, not a ton of action there, unfortunately. AaronDobbe going ahead and going over here, checking racing game before diving in, and it is... Oh, it looks a little blurry, but just
Arrow
Arrow.
upgrade. Yes, 2 regular crystals and red pendant Hera to answer chat's question.
AaronDobbe going ahead, following the very standard routing at this point in time, hitting South Hyrule and checking these damn treasure chests.
Well, there's a reason it's the standard routing, and it's because it works.
Absolutely. It is worth noting that if you look on the challenge page, 76% of people who made picks in this race had Veetorp actually moving on, and Veetorp is one of the top 4 seeds with the first round bye. But AaronDobbe went far into the spring tournament and has 1 game up on Veetorp. He could pull the upset with the win tonight.
And AaronDobbe does take the full heart container, which I think is the right play, especially since you don't have any life upgrades yet.
Yeah, kind of an unhealthy seed up at this point in time, but we'll see if these runners can pick something else up. Life finds a way to get to you in this game somehow.
Yes, but we don't have any T-Rexes coming. Or Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, come on. Jeff Goldblum is eternal.
Well, I suppose Trinex would count as a T-Rex. We've got a Moon Pearl.
Jawbreaker.
And more life, and another Pizza Heart.
AaronDobbe looks like going to go ahead, and if not setting up the fake flipper, is going to check Ice Rod Cave, which has had an interesting history in this early part of version 27. I've seen a lot of items pop up here that people just get absolutely trolled with.
Oh, yeah. It's a very interesting idea. Now, one thing that's very nice about the version 27, the actual generator, is that they've added a Plando generator in there, too. Called the Customizer. It's just 3 bombs in Ice Rod Cave.
Here's looking at you, Willard.
Oh, Willard is known for making those Plando seeds?
Well, I mean, whether or not Willard does or doesn't, we end up blaming him anyway.
Fair enough. Veetorp is going to go back and set up a fake flippers. Or at least that's the only thing I can conceive of him doing walking out of Ice Cave. Lake Hylia Island is going to be the big arrow upgrade. And what is Hobo going to have? AaronDobbe, meanwhile, is going to head down and check the Zelda part of Escape.
We'll see if Veetorp, if this sequence break, and it doesn't pay off.
And he is setting up the reverse fake flippers. Very dangerous trick to set up, because if you don't get it just right, we've got a power glove. I love the power glove.
So bad. It is so bad. But Veetorp did set up that reverse fake flipper there. That's a little bit trickier than it looks. It looks like it's pretty easy to line up, but a lot of people can't quite get that done, including myself.
And Veetorp is going to head up and check Waterfall Fairy and possibly Zora.
Yeah, what he gets at Waterfall Fairy is going to determine if he keeps on going up. He'll at least check Zora Ledge, no matter what, but it'll be interesting to see him try to route anything else if he doesn't pull the rupees here.
Right. But he is setting up the walk-on water glitch, which is considered a minor glitch and is therefore acceptable for use. Oh, he's close, but that's not gonna be enough.
That's going to be unfortunate for Veetorp there, but it could end up being nothing.
And it's the
Their
other
last
shield upgrade.
So we know where all of the shields are. The only thing that's really is helpful for is logic for Laser Bridge, but I'm fairly certain both of these runners will have absolutely no problems skipping that.
And Veetorp, where is he going? Oh, he's going up to check Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla.
Not bad. 6 locations in total between checking what is in Sahasrara's garage sale plus Eastern, if you're going to go that way.
That's true. But one of those may be bow locked. We've got silvers. Silvers in the back of Escape.
Well, we're not going to see any silverless strats from these runners, but I think it's worth it. That's the other glove upgrade, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's our Dark World access at that point in time. Now, we still don't know if AGA will be required or not, because they won't be able to get to the eastern half of Dark World. So we're going to be hoping for either the flippers or the hammer to get that. So AGA may still be required to get to that part.
So as our runners both head over to, AaronDobbe is heading over to Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla's back room, and Veetorp heads into Eastern.
Do you think AaronDobbe is going to be guided by that Titan's Mitt and will be heading to the Dark World sooner rather than later?
I certainly would be. Which may or may not be the right call. We've got some green goo in the first chest in Cannonball Room, which is unfortunate because I was hoping for all 4 bottles to be Bs.
Yep, so we know for a fact now that this is not Plando because... I mean, we're honestly just joking, guys. We know it's not Plando. We're making a joke.
Big key in the second chest in Eastern.
But Dobie is going to go ahead and immediately head into the Dark World.
Which I think is a good play because Village of Outcasts. Okay, we've got 5 and 6 are Skullwoods and Misery Mire, Green Pendant Ice Palace, Blue Pendant Turtle Rock.
So do we say that, are we saying that Turtle Rock's required?
Oh, man. I hope not. I hate going into Pendant Turtle Rock.
You gotta wonder what AaronDobbe was thinking when he opened up that map. It's like, please no Turtle Rock pendant. Please no Turtle Rock. But chat does point out, and it's a good thing to point out, that makes Pedestal increasingly unlikely just with the sheer number of items that are required to get into both Turtle Rock and Ice Palace. That eliminates a lot.
That's true, it really does.
But do you know what it doesn't eliminate?
It doesn't eliminate the bow.
It doesn't eliminate the bow. It doesn't eliminate mirror. It doesn't eliminate... it does eliminate flippers, I'm sorry.
It does eliminate flippers. It does not eliminate bow or mirror. It doesn't eliminate the medallion required to get into Mire. It doesn't eliminate boots.
The flute as well, which would give us Mire access.
There's ether in the first chest in Thieves Town. AaronDobbe goes straight into Thieves Town, which I think is a fine play there.
Thieves Town is so chest dense, especially those first 4. It's just a no-brainer to go in there if you can. Shout out to chat with the wonderful fan section going on right now. So Veetorp does end up finding the second glove upgrade. AaronDobbe finding blue goo. Or is it blue paint because Splatoon?
Not being familiar with Splatoon, I would just say blue goo.
Oh, you have not lived, my friend.
Meanwhile, Veetorp is heading down and doing what we've already seen AaronDobbe do, which is the Zelda portion of Escape. Nice Patrick Star room from AaronDobbe.
Dobby's in the Hellway right at the moment, and this is just kind of rough with Fighter Sword, no boots, no hook shot.
No powder. That is a pretty rough room. That's a pretty rough room with hook shot and boots.
Absolutely. So, good job. I mean, all things considered, he got roughed up a little bit, but made it through there relatively unscathed.
And those green cockroach things do, what is it, 2 hearts of damage with blue mail?
It's an inordinate amount. They should not be doing that much for cockroaches. They've got to be radioactive or something. Veetorp looks like he's immediately turning in his sick kid bottle as well. I don't think we've seen that from AaronDobbe yet.
We haven't, and it's just a Pizza Heart. AaronDobbe heading downstairs.
Veetorp looks like he's getting ready to start his Dark World run. Veetorp has checked a couple extra locations that AaronDobbe hasn't, specifically done the fake flippers over to get the Waterfall Fairy. Didn't get anything interesting out of it, but he does have that knowledge. I can imagine AaronDobbe will eventually have to route that in together at some point.
Veetorp checking his Dark World map. There's another Pizza Heart. Now, there's one item left in Thieves Town. AaronDobbe's gotta hope that Blind has it.
At this point in time, I've seen this happen too many times where it ends up being located in the big chest, and that's what I'm hoping for right now. We don't have the hammer yet, so I'm kind of rooting for that myself.
Well, yeah, we as the commentators are, but AaronDobbe's got to be hoping that it's going to be on blind. Whose optometrist said that he has vision.
This is just about as textbook of a blind fight as you can get from AaronDobbe here.
Yeah, that's... Aaron's execution, I've had him in a couple of other seeds in this tournament. Aaron's execution has always been on point. And here's the item will be in the big chest.
Commentators curse. What's up? So now AaronDobbe is going to be doing the South Hyrule route. Haven't seen a whole lot in Skullwoods for Veetorp. Opted to go north instead of south, and it's not paid off for him up to this point.
AaronDobbe is rescuing the breadsmith.
Interesting that he went ahead and immediately saved Quid as soon as he got him, instead of taking him on a world tour there.
Well, he must be planning on doing the world tour with Gary's lunchbox.
Well, that's fair.
Or maybe not even that. Maybe just immediately save and quit with the lunchbox. Because it's not like he's got the mirror.
True, you do end up skipping at least one location, and it makes it a whole lot easier to route a few other things with the mirror, so... Interesting.
Veetorp doing the bomb jump over to get Skullwood's big chest. Or at least just trying to set it up. And just a big 20 from Breadsmiths.
They're just a little happy that you saved them. Not too happy. He did enjoy being a bullfrog.
At this point, I gotta wonder if it might be faster for Veetorp to just go and do the big chest the vanilla way.
All that for just a bomb upgrade? That's gotta hurt Veetorp a little bit.
And without the fire rod, Veetorp can do no more in Skullwoods.
Yep, I think that was just one item there, so the other item is located, I believe, either on Mothula or that other chest.
We've got just a Pizza Heart in the bumper cave.
It is interesting, just the routing differences that both of these runners have taken up to this point in time. So few items, but still a lot of different decisions that they've both made.
And neither one of which is necessarily... neither one is making bad or wrong decisions either.
No, absolutely not. It is a little interesting that, for example, AaronDobbe has already cleared out one dungeon entirely.
And we've got red mail.
Awesome red mail. We just don't have a whole lot of separation in terms of items from these runners, though.
No, we really don't. Chat pointing out that version 27 seems to really like Skullwoods, not as much as version 26 did.
No, it's interesting, just, you know, the main logic changes for version 27 and 26, the main update, really had to do with pod, but it's interesting how those changes just cascaded down to the rest of it, and it's really had a whole different feel.
Flute in the Cave of Inevitable Disappointment. And Fire Rod.
And our third bottle. So this is a legit hype cave, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think I will agree with you. It's a legitimate hype cave. I mean, I'll allow it as Hype Cave.
Flute and Fire Rod? Heck yeah. So AaronDobbe finishing delivering Gary's lunchbox. Keep in mind, we still don't have those hammer flippers, so we might still even be looking for an AGA requirement here.
I think we're going to see AaronDobbe head over and check Agina's cave. And Desert... Oh! I'm surprised. He did not.
That would have been good to route that in right there, but it did not. Veetorp, meanwhile, taking the Death Warp. He's just checking the first 4 and then noping out.
He's going to come back with the hammer.
Which, as we know, will save him some time because there is that item on that ledge. I'm always a little bit nervous going into Thieves' Town without the hammer.
As am I. I get the big chest item too often for me to be comfortable with going in without.
Absolutely. And here's an interesting item that AaronDobbe did end up skipping. He skipped, I believe, Digging Game. So if something important is here, this could be big for Veetorp.
That is true. Meanwhile, AaronDobbe is just a 5-bomb upgrade. Meanwhile, AaronDobbe is activating his flute.
Able to route that in with the Sick Kid check. I like it.
And chat asks, Bad Skull Woods and actually Hype Cave, are we sure this is V27?
I believe we're sure, but possibly not.
Veetorp taking Froggy World Tour.
And we see AaronDobbe switching places here, going up to Skull Woods, but with Fire Rod, so we'll be able to full clear this if he so desires.
And Veetorp picking up his eggplant hat.
Veetorp getting ready to get his actually hype cave. It's kind of great that we're amazed when it's actually hype, isn't it?
Yes. If it had been only flute, I would have still called it a Cave of Inevitable Disappointment, because even though flute is a required item, just the flute's not that great.
You know what? Improved travel capacity, unlocking the Misery Mire area, not to mention crossing off one of the big 3 that could be on the pedestal. I probably would have still called it at least reasonably hype.
And that's not unreasonable.
So can we compromise and say it's the Cave of reasonable hype? It's not hype, capital HYPE.
Well, in this seed, it was certainly a hype cave. Knocking off 2 major items.
Veetorp picking up his swag duck in the meantime. We'll see where he ends up going now. He's, if he ends up getting Gary's lunchbox, or opts to go somewhere else.
And Chad asking the big 3 that could be on pedestal. The big 3 had been flute, mirror, and the medallion for Misery Mire.
Bow, actually.
Oh, and bow. Sorry.
I mean, medallions can always be on there. So I don't know. I lump medallions in there with Ice Rod. It's like, yep, they could always be there.
Well, that's true. We could have boots. We could have hook shot.
It's interesting because hookshot could or could not be required to get into Tower of Hera, just depending on if we get the mirror.
Right, and AaronDobbe is heading down to the Mothra fight. Meanwhile, Veetorp gets a big 20 from Dennis.
Dennis?
You didn't know he was called Dennis? Well, you didn't bother to find out now, did you?
I feel like I'm being set up here.
He's just being repressed. I was watching AaronDobbe set things up for the Mothra fight, so I didn't notice what was in Spectacle Rock Cave, but it is apparently important enough that Veetorp is going to get it. Oh, it's the mirror. That takes care of another one of the big 3 items that could have been on the pedestal. And AaronDobbe doing Fighter Sword Mothula. And getting the Master Sword out of it. We still have no mirror, no flippers, and no hammer. Okay, Veetorp gonna mirror over to Checkerboard Cave. Meanwhile, AaronDobbe is gonna check out the Meyer Shed as well. Checkerboard Cave holds a piece of heart. Who randomized this? Meyer is Bombos, the one medallion that they don't have. Meyer Shed holds a big 20. And another big 20. AaronDobbe doing his save and quit. Veetorp going into desert. And AaronDobbe is going to go the back way through the Death Mountain Cave. Veetorp coming in, getting a key, a small key out of the first chest in desert. I did not notice if he checked the key room. If he checked the not key room, the vanilla big key, the pedestal. Gets a compass there. Mirrors back out. Ah, big key was on torch. So vanilla big key. Or I'm sorry, that was small key. That's vanilla small key. Do. Memory is hard today. Veetorp heading in to check Big Chest in Desert. It is Bombos. Misery Mire is now completable for Veetorp. But so is Desert, and Veetorp is going to do that first.
Hey, and I'm back. So, help me out here, DM Stewart. What did I have missed in the past 5 minutes?
AaronDobbe has been checking out the stuff on Death Mountain, the stuff reachable on Death Mountain, and Veetorp did. They both did Mire Shed. Checkerboard Cave just had a Pizza Heart, and Bombos, which is the medallion needed to get into Mire, is in Desert.
Nice.
And AaronDobbe is going to use that mirror to catch... Oh, and the boots were in Desert as well.
Boots in Desert? That's a little bit trolly.
Yeah, especially with Big Key on the bonk lamp.
Ooh.
And we've got a bacon sword in Tower of Hera.
First of our 2 items. Good to see it.
Meanwhile, Veetorp still has Fighter Sword. As he finishes off Desert Palace.
So 1 crystal to 2. AaronDobbe still has the advantage here.
And we are still potentially in an Aghanim. Aghanim is not yet RIP.
Still waiting on either the flippers or the hammer. Still nothing, though.
And we have not yet seen the second item out of Tower of Hera. I'm cheering for it in the basement.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is going to be a fairly quick with Tempered Sword here.
Unless Trolldorm knocks him off, which he does.
Wow. Called it right as you were talking about it.
Veetorp checking Graveyard Ledge.
This is one of those locations that can be hard to route in together with anything, but...
Oh, and that first one counted as a poke, so that did not... that turned AaronDobbe, or turned Trolldorm into a fast-moving Trolldorm, which I always hated. And that was a map from Trolldorm, I believe, which means the other item is, in fact, in the basement.
You troll you.
And AaronDobbe just nopes right out of there.
That's interesting. While you're there, why not do that? That's a little bit concerning.
Oh, I was wrong. It was a heart. It was a Pizza Heart on Trolldorm.
Okay. Okay.
My eyes were just playing tricks on me. AaronDobbe is going to head into Desert now and pick up his boots and and presumably the crystal. I wonder, is Veetorp going to... Veetorp is going to finish off Skull Woods.
Yep, and of course I was having my issues. What was that second item in Skull Woods?
It was a Master Sword. It was a sword upgrade.
Ah, that'll be important for Mr. Veetorp here.
Yes, AaronDobbe picking up Das Boots.
And getting well mastered immediately for Veetorp.
Well, that was... I think the Wall Master for Veetorp was an intentional play. Or maybe not.
So key
Yes.
items.
And yes to chat's question, Tempered was in fact in Tower of Hera.
So Veetorp's going to have to do this entire fight with very little magic and fighter sword. This is going to be kind of a rough Mothula fight for Veetorp.
Well, yes. Well, it was the same rough Mothula fight for AaronDobbe, though.
Oh, okay. Green potion helps.
Yes, it does. Meanwhile, I think we'll see AaronDobbe do what I'm surprised we did not see Veetorp do when he finishes Desert, and that is let's go to the mire.
Let's go to the mire today. No? No one? Anyone? Okay.
Thank you for picking that one up. Thank you for picking that one up, partner. I left it there for you to run with.
You just hung it out there like low-hanging fruit.
If you are enjoying this, if you're enjoying the race, if you're enjoying these runners, please give them a follow. They deserve it. They have agreed to let us restream their race for your enjoyment. Also, a big shout out to OPT Lawyer, our restreamer, and Dude, our tracker.
Dude, one of the heavy lifters of the tournament. Big shout out to him. Thankless job doing the tracking, but he's just such a professional.
And AaronDobbe does do the run into Mire.
This will be interesting. It's within logic, certainly, so only 2 items, but we'll see what it is.
Fully completable Crystal Dungeon. It's really hard to say that's a bad play to do it.
Particularly with Tempered, I might be a little bit hesitant without the bow or an invincibility item because Vitreous is kind of a pain without those, but it's within logic, so you might as well do it if you're still hunting for a few items.
Exactly. And who knows, we might find the bow in here. Veetorp now making that same play on Mire. I'm surprised neither runners checked No, Veetorp is making a play on Agina's cave.
Have we checked Agina's cave?
We have not.
That's unusual, especially since both runners have already cleared desert. Boy, if this is something, this would troll... Oh my gosh!
Boing!
Oh, wow. That's significant for Veetorp there.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I can see AaronDobbe going ahead and doing Agina after doing Meyer. But man...
I can also see him not doing it because Agina's cave it's so rare for that to have a good item in it.
It's rare, but it's so easily accessible. It's interesting because you got to think that Veetorp thinks he's behind right now. Because when you get an item of that kind of importance that early, that unlocks not just Light World Death Mountain, but Dark World Death Mountain as well, it just changes the entire face of the game.
Oh, it does. I still think Meyer objectively is the better cave. Or is the better play. Yes, Aaron did clear out Meyer Shed and Checkerboard Cave. Well, and checked Checkerboard Cave. Neither runner got the item in Checkerboard Cave because it was just a vanilla piece of heart. And there's Ice Rod in Paradox Cave. And some red goo and a piece of heart.
I'm starting to get excited because this also means Mr. Veetorp could go ahead and do Turtle Rock and clear it out.
Yes, he could. Pendant Turtle Rock could be a thing here.
We're still waiting. It's still a possibility. Pedestal Seed is not dead. We could be looking at a Bow Pedestal Seed.
No, we couldn't, because Bow is in Misery Mire. Aaron just picked it up.
Oh my god! Seriously?
And he can't get into Turtle Rock. He doesn't have the hammer.
Okay, that's fair. Pedestal is dead. Celebration. I think this is number 40 for me.
Rip Pedestal. I still have never gotten a Pedestal Seed in commentary either.
Now, it is worth noting, flippers are going to be required for both Swamp Palace, just for Swamp Palace, so flippers is kind of the only item we're missing from, and hammer from Go mode, and we know for a fact that hammer absolutely cannot be in Turtle Rock.
We also know that flippers absolutely cannot be on pedestal because...
And there's hammer.
Oh, and Super Bunny Cave?
Yeah, Super Bunny Cave has hammer.
Halt, for the hour of the hammer is upon us.
I'm just not going to say anything for the rest of the race.
Meanwhile, AaronDobbe is just massacring
flippers.
Eyeballs with... Wait, flippers in Hookshot Cave?
Yep.
Sorry, I was watching AaronDobbe just massacring Vitreous with the silver arrows.
Yep, doing work, which means we're not in go mode, but we're in no mode. Because we know where everything is. Huh?
Oh no. Looks like Veetorp is gonna make the play on Turtle Rock.
And it's the wrong play, because we know where everything else is. Oh no.
Because everything else is Meyer.
Yep.
The only item Veetorp needs for go mode is in Meyer.
And here goes AaronDobbe checking Agina's cave, which will lead him to his go mode. Oh no,
Yes,
Veetorp.
Chat asking if this would be considered a jet seed, and I would say yes. Anytime you get to go mode in less than an hour, it would be a jet seed.
Yeah, hard to think of anything less. I mean, an hour is probably a pretty good round number.
And go mode is not activated yet. Go mode, we do not have a go mode yet on AaronDobbe's side. In fact, AaronDobbe is not going up to Death Mountain. He has to actually go get the hammer to be in go mode.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and clear out Eastern, which not going to be able to route Eastern and Pod together because Hammer is up on that in the Super Bunny cave. That's going to be a bit of a time waste, not as much as Veetorp is wasting going through Turtle Rock, unfortunately.
Nice chain chomp room from Veetorp there.
Yep, taking one hit there, but it's worth it to get through it that quickly.
Veetorp is not in go mode. Veetorp needs the bow from Meyer. AaronDobbe needs the hammer from Super Bunny Cave.
And flippers from Hookshot Cave as well.
Oh yes, and flippers from Hookshot Cave.
But considering most people route Super Bunny and Hookshot together, especially when you have the Hookshot, I mean, they're right next to each other. So Veetorp, unfortunately, man, this is interesting how version 26 and 27 has messed with these players. Veetorp went ahead and dove into Turtle Rock, a pendant Turtle Rock, because just so frequently has pendant Turtle Rock been the source of items. He has multiple crystal dungeons that are required that he can get into, but because he was up here and had the items, it just seemed like the right play.
Not only that he can get into, that he can full clear. But it is how it is.
This is going to be kind of the defining play, I think, of this match. That decision to go into Turtle Rock is going to eat away at Veetorp, unfortunately.
Not necessarily, because it depends on how long AaronDobbe takes to go up to Death Mountain. And what he checks before he goes up to Death Mountain.
Raugen making a point. By logic, Veetorp can't do the laser bridge. This is true. He does not have either an invincibility item or the riot shield. He does, however, know where both of the shields are, so it would be in logic. He's just going to use swag strats. Wouldn't it?
It would not be in logic because one shield was on Lumberjack.
Oh, right.
Well, Aghanim is beatable. Aghanim is beatable, so you're right, it would be in logic. Because Master Sword and Lamp.
Okay. And AaronDobbe getting ready to find... is going to be a little bit disappointed initially by this particular run. He's going to get the Ice Rod and maybe think that he's going to have to head that direction. Then he's going to get Hammer and Flippers real quick.
Yes.
So if you're Veetorp here, do you go ahead and do... Yep, he's going right through Safety Cave.
And he is... that is some laser skip.
There's his cape. So he has his invincibility item.
And now he uses it.
And the map, did he already get the compass?
I don't recall.
Either way, he's going to go ahead and do it. Oh man, this is really unfortunate for Veetorp. This is a long slog checking everything here.
And he is going to go into Trinex with 3.5 hearts. Into a Trinex that's not required. And use hammer strats on Trinex.
Yep. Little bit slow here, but it's the best he can do at this point in time. Oh no, is he gonna... Okay, he's got a blue potion.
Yes, I'm with chat hoping that this is going to be a sword upgrade or half magic.
Either way, we're going to see some frustration strats, I think, out of Mr. Veetorp here.
AaronDobbe heading into Hookshot Cave, going to finish off his go mode. With his flippers, AaronDobbe is now in go mode. Although he is continuing to pick up some chests because that's not very much health for go mode. It's the Cane of Brian.
Oh, that's rough. That is incredibly rough for Veetorp. He's got to be hoping it's a pedestal seed, because otherwise that's the only way that was worthwhile in any capacity.
Yeah, Veetorp is now going in to do Tower of Hera.
We'll find Tempered Sword here.
AaronDobbe is heading into Swamp. Go mode. If you have not seen Go Mode Swamp before, you are in for a treat.
Don't blink, you might miss it.
Well, technically Trinex was locked behind Aghanim.
Technically, yes.
Because both invincibility items were at or beyond Laser Bridge. Yes, that room, that chest in the first room of Swamp Palace, that's the only chest that AaronDobbe is even going to open in here. Unless he's opening chests on the way just to look for butter.
Could be looking for butter,
More
could
health.
be looking for more health. Yeah, this is kind of a sickly seed, all things considered, but that's what most real jet seeds are. You have to sacrifice something to get all these items so quickly, and unfortunately, health is the easiest thing to sacrifice.
Yes, sub 1 hour go mode. Sub 1 hour go mode is insane.
Hey, I'm fine with it. The meantime, Veetorp going to check Spike Cave. Don't think he checked the basement there. Oh, but he didn't have to. That's right.
Yeah.
We didn't.
He did not have to check the basement. So the question is, what does Veetorp do now? Does Veetorp go to Ice Palace, hoping it's a pedestal seed? Oh boy, we've got a shovel.
That's about the worst possible thing that could have been there. Just more distractions from Veetorp, keeping him away from what we know will solve this puzzle, Misery Mire.
Do you want to have a fetch quest?
Doesn't have to be a fetch quest.
Can you dig it?
And 300. He's not feeling happy with himself right now. Although at an hour 3, I mean, I guess that hookshot play might have made him feel like he was behind. But otherwise, I wouldn't be feeling too bad at this point in time. You're not feeling that far behind right now.
Yeah, you can't feel like you're too terribly far behind.
Unfortunately, yeah, we blinked. AaronDobbe went ahead and cleared Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that is a ridiculously fast clear with the with go mode. And AaronDobbe heading into go mode pod.
Also relatively quick. You just kind of have to get a key and a big key and then go for it.
Veetorp has not yet finished Thieves Town. He is doing the back half of Thieves Town now.
Yeah, he just did the first 4 initially, so diving in. Now, he's going to be able to do it quite a bit quicker because he has boots. So some time gained for AaronDobbe, but Aaron's in go mode right now. This is looking a little bit ugly. Our wonderful restreamer OPT Lawyer says, I wonder why he wouldn't go to Misery Mire. And my instinct at this point in time tells me that Misery Mire, A, is not a fun dungeon to clear by itself, in and of itself. At the same time, it's only 2 items, so you have to kind of dig your way through it. So I can certainly see avoiding it if you're still hunting for items. It's unfortunate that it's the one thing we need, though.
I see it being a crystal dungeon that I can full clear. I would have done it over Pendant Turtle Rock.
I think so too. I mean, I think what he might have been thinking with Turtle Rock is it was literally right there. He got 2 of the items to lead him to Turtle Rock right next to Turtle Rock. So I can see that playing to his mind.
That's reasonable. Just a big 20 in the big chest in Thieves Town.
Very smooth move by Mr. Dobbe here.
That bonk to get back up onto that ledge is so satisfying.
You definitely feel good being able to do that one. I'll give you that. AaronDobbe getting all the keys, just waiting for his big key so he can go ahead and knock everything out. But the dungeon's just throwing all of the keys at him.
Yes. Yes, AaronDobbe heading through Mullet Palace. All business in the front with all the keys, and party in the back with all the items.
There's
his
big
big
key.
And he just nopes the heck out of that room and heads back to the beginning to make his way to Helmasaur King. Bo is in Misery Mire to answer chat. Veetorp checking Peg Cave, which is a full heart.
Worth double checking. I mean, it has been an unhealthy seed, and Veetorp's got quite a few hearts over AaronDobbe at this point.
Oh, Veetorp could do a full clear swamp.
I would fully expect that. I mean, Swamp has significantly higher number of items than Mire does, and he can full clear both.
Yeah. But no, Veetorp is going to Mire. However, even though it's a lot more items, a lot of runners will make the Mire play over the Swamp play for the simple reason that Go Mode Swamp is so fast.
Absolutely. I mean, that's when you're only 1 item away from Go Mode, I can certainly see making that call.
If you need more than 1 item, though, you generally make the Swamp play. And if you're me, you make the Swamp. If you're me needing 3 items for Go Mode and have Swamp and Ice Palace as your 2 choices, you choose Swamp and make the wrong play because all 3 of them are in Ice Palace.
Always. So something interesting worth pointing out is that Veetorp is one of the most venerated members of the community and one of the programmers of the logic for this particular game. And it's worth noting to anyone who might be interested in trying Randomizer, just giving it a shot, seeing how well you do. This is how good these programmers are at programming the randomization. Veetorp, who is one of the programmers, is losing pretty handily at this point in time. And it's not that he's made absolutely horrible routing decisions or anything like that, but it points to the fact that anyone can win. It's just a matter of your gambles, your decisions, your execution. But there's no like inherent advantages, and having played for a long time, you just learn a few things, but even the people who program the match can lose.
And this community, on another note, this community is a very welcoming and helpful community. They're great folks. I mean, you have people like Veetorp, who's very good, AaronDobbe, who's very good, Christos Owen, who's another one of the programmers, who's one of the top players in the main tournament, and they will just come out and, if you ask, they'll help you.
It is one of the best online communities that I have ever been the privilege of being a part of. So if you've ever thought about it, give it a shot, guys.
And Veetorp picks up his bow and puts himself into go mode. Meanwhile, AaronDobbe is on his way over to Ganon's Tower. There's another tradition in the community where there are 22 possible locations for the big key in Ganon's Tower. And we like to guess where that big key is going to be. You can either guess by number, or you can guess by stating a location. Where do you think it's going to be, partner?
You know, this seed has been entirely too kind to Mr. AaronDobbe. We're going to get trolled now. We're going right to the tile room. How about you, Mr. Stewart?
I'm going to say not quite that trolly. I'm going to say it's going to be in Bob's chest.
Okay.
We have a key, and AaronDobbe is going to go right-hand side.
I wonder if AaronDobbe feels like he's behind as well because of how quick this seed has been.
And skips right by the tile room. Maybe I'm wrong to do it this way, but I don't skip the tile room because I don't want to have to make a third trip into the basement.
Aaron's execution is just on point right at the moment, though. Doing just about everything right here.
Aaron's execution has been on point the entire tournament. And chat points out, I don't think anyone at who's getting into Ganon's Tower at 112 feels behind.
Yeah, it's true, but it's hard to point. I mean, that bow gamble maybe, but I can't point to any other specific gamble that put AaronDobbe so far ahead that I would feel comfortable in his shoes. We'll put it that way.
And rip Bob as AaronDobbe bonks the key off of Bob's lamp.
You maniacs! You maniacs! Killing Bob.
And AaronDobbe is going to get one of the fastest times in the secondary tournament.
About the only thing that's holding him back at this point in time really will be where this big key is. Otherwise, he's just blazing through.
Now, someone Someone says someone in chat is saying that Aaron only did half of right-hand side. Well, he did all of the chests on right-hand side except for tile room. So he didn't miss any chests over there.
Yeah, it is worth remembering, and I think it happens so rarely that some people can forget that the right side, left side gambles do converge when we get to Ice Armos.
Yes. We still don't have a big key yet. Randomizer room is next. Now, I think it's really interesting that pretty much the entire community, no one knew this room was there. No one ever used this room until the randomizer.
Yep, it was absolutely useless. Developers put it in there for really no particular reason. And we'll see, is anything here? Nope, 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 and nope.
Whole lot of nope.
It is nice seeing a bunch, several pieces of heart, though, helping AaronDobbe quite a bit with just making sure he has enough health going through here. Again, with these jet seeds, difficult on the health.
AaronDobbe bonking across. Let's see if we're Bob's chest. It is Bob's chest.
So that is number 18. Who had 18?
No one actually guessed 18 or Bob's chest. Well, I should say I guessed Bob's chest.
Well, congratulations, Mr. DM Stewart. You win.
I win a box of nothing. And
I hope
the box back.
That's interesting. AaronDobbe only has 12 arrows right now and just bypassed a 10 arrow drop.
Well, as I recall, there's not a whole lot of need for arrows the rest of the way up.
Oh, some people decide to use arrows periodically throughout the gauntlet here. So, and he still has the silvers equipped.
And technically, you only have to have 4 at this point, and he picks up a 5 arrow drop there. Meanwhile, Veetorp, we blinked and missed Veetorp's Swamp Palace.
And he's got to do... he's going to do the Eastern Pod combo now. He's still 2 dungeons behind, while AaronDobbe is already in Gauntlet.
Yes, AaronDobbe is in the last room of Gauntlet, which I think is the second worst room in Ganon's Tower. Second only to the room after Validation Chest.
Yeah, that is easily... I think that's the worst room in the whole game.
I agree with you completely on that.
Aaron getting trolled a little bit by Landmolus here.
Not the best Landmo 2 fight, but still solid.
Oh, only 3 hearts. Does AaronDobbe have any potions in those 4 bottles? Oh, he's got a blue.
And that is very satisfying to get those 3 whiz robes with a single block. Not quite as satisfying as one cycling this room, but it's close. You know, one of our fellow commentators, Glenn Ty, in the chat says that he would reverse the order of those two rooms, but they are definitely among the worst rooms in the game.
Yep. Anything with ice really is just terrible.
And if it has ice and mini Helmosaurs, it's worse.
Oh, AaronDobbe running out of magic there and then falling.
And using the blue potion instead of taking the full magic refill.
I really hope that doesn't come back to bite AaronDobbe in the butt. However, he's got...
However, the lead he has...
Yeah.
I won't say is insurmountable, because I've seen... Oh, Trolldorm 2.
Trolldorm 2, troll harder. There's a unit of measurement that I've been using in my past few runs, known as Ganon Falls. You know, if one Ganon Fall was a unit of measurement, about how many Ganon Falls behind is Veetorp, do you think?
A lot.
Yeah, we're
Aaron,
likely at... Yeah.
Aaron choosing not to validate. Chat does make a point that AaronDobbe can just make a quick run up to the Witch's Hut, the Potion Hut, after he clears Agatu.
Nice triple there.
Was that a triple or just a double?
I think it was a triple.
Now, the other question is, did we see the single arrow?
I don't think we have. So
Veetorp making his way down to Helmosaur King. Now, if you have enjoyed this race so far, give these runners a follow. Also, a big shout out, and you should give a follow to our restreamer OPT Lawyer, our tracker Dude. You should also give this guy Vitasia a follow. He's been doing great commentary throughout this whole tournament.
Oh, shush you. Please give a follow also to DM Stewart 1981. One of the nicest guys, and I am learning so much doing commentary with you as well, sir. It's been an absolute treat commentating with you, both this time and all of the other times we've been doing it together.
Why, thank you, sir. AaronDobbe finishing up phase 2 of Ganon. Into phase 3 of Ganon.
Yep, only 5 hearts, so we're hoping that AaronDobbe doesn't get hugged here.
Ganon hugs are best hugs. Although Ganon is just teleporting all around the room.
He's trying to let Veetorp catch up. You see, this is where the programmers actually come in here and
Chat asking what was Veetorp's downfall. It was not making the play on Misery Mire and getting the bow. He went into Turtle Rock instead. AaronDobbe does not get Torch Glitch, but he doesn't really need it.
Missing here.
Getting the double silver arrow hit, though.
And there it is.
There we go. AaronDobbe through the door into Dot Duns with a official SRL time of 1:26:05. That is a crazy fast seed.
Veetorp seeing the dot done and looks like he's going to go ahead and call it because AaronDobbe does move on, completes the upset of Veetorp, one of the top-ranked competitors in the secondary tournament. Well done, AaronDobbe.
Moves on to, is that put him into the round of 16?
Let me check the challenge here. Yes, that puts Mr. AaronDobbe into... Are we allowed to use the term Sweet 16, or is that copyrighted?
I believe we can use it. Congratulations, AaronDobbe, on making it into the Sweet 16.
Wow, thank you so much.
That seed, wow, 126.
This is the first sub 130 I've got since, I think, version 8.19.
So what were your thoughts going through there? It just seemed like everywhere you went, just you got one item, got the next item, it led to the next, and you didn't really have even time to make a bad call there.
I know, it felt like, man, like playing one of the old versions of Randomizer again. It was ridiculous.
When did you figure out you were ahead?
I feel like I didn't feel ahead until I hit go mode, I think. When I picked up the flippers in Hookshot Cave. I was like, alright, well, I think the only mistake I really made, the only major mistake was Tower of Hera. And like, I don't think Veetorp could have done much better than I did unless he skipped that.
He did
so I
not
felt like
skip
the odds were in my favor.
Yeah, he did not skip Tower of Hera, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
What he did do, though, is Turtle Rock. He actually opted for Mire. I mean, he went to Mire quite a bit later than you, which is why he's just now heading up to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Yeah, that would do it, huh?
Well, he ended up, I mean, because he found the hook shot over in Agina's before you did. So he opted to go right up to Death Mountain, did the full clear, found Ice Rod and Hammer and Flippers in Dark Death Mountain, and says, well, I'm already here, might as well do Turtle Rock.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now.
And it's not the wrong play. I can't say it's the wrong play. It's 6 items.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have done the same if I was in his position, for sure.
But sub 1 hour go mode is just craziness.
That never happens for me anymore.
Sub 1 hour go mode. Bad Skull Woods. Actually hype cave. Is this really V27?
I don't know. I think it might not be. But yeah, this is an amazing seed. Like, I was letting my nerves get the better of me for like the second half. Like, oh my god, like this is way too quick. I'm running out of arrows. I am taking damage all the time because I felt like I was playing a little sloppy towards the end, and it's like a big bundle of nerves heading into Ganon. I think it showed a bit in my play, but I made the right choices this time. That's about all there is to it.
You know what? I'll take your sloppy play over my on-point play anytime.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that.
I gotta ask you because Hookshot ended up being the key to getting us over to Death Mountain and getting everything that was located there. It seems like, and it was in Agina's cave, which was accessible effectively from the get-go. Did you feel maybe a little bit of nerves, like, oh crap, I'm behind here?
Not really. Yeah, it's available from the start of the game, but I feel like nobody ever checks it early because it's a little out of the way. So unless you're going to Desert Palace early, which this seed didn't really make sense in this seed to do that. I don't think it would have been checked early by my opponent.
No, it really didn't make sense to go to Agina's cave until fairly late.
Yeah, it's just the way it played out this time. It's not always that way, but this time, there was just no reason to go over there because that was pretty much the only thing you could do.
Now, I noticed that you got the key on the right side and went right side in Ganon's tower.
Yes, I did.
We don't always see that anymore.
Yeah, I know. I've been reconsidering that as sort of my default go-to option, but I don't know. I just sort of do what feels right at the time. I mean, it was the wrong choice this time, but yeah. I feel like statistically, and I think Veetorp agrees with me on this, based on what he said before, that statistically going left is going to be the correct play most of the time. But a lot of people do right side first, so I think sort of given the current meta, it's almost more of a gamble to go left, if that makes sense.
I can see that. You're not just playing the seed, you're also playing your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming off this win, you have a little bit of a break here. Your opponent for the next match hasn't been decided yet because even Vasco Spot is waiting for the first round to complete up. We have Emo Sara versus I Have No Name still needing to finish their first round. And then the winner of that still has to go through and do the best of three with Vasco. So you're going to get much practice time in while you're waiting for everyone else to catch up?
I'm going to appreciate the break for sure because sort of personal things in real life have been pretty busy lately and will continue to be for the next week or so. So I haven't had much time to practice this or play matches outside of the tournament as it is. So I'll be very happy to wait until things calm down for me, and then I can practice some more and then get ready for whoever my next opponent's going to be.
Well, I will say this: looking at the bracket right now, three of the people with first round buys have started their second round match. Two of those people have finished their second round match, and both first round buys have lost.
Wow. That's interesting.
And the third one that has started, the first round buy is currently behind. So, yeah, first round buy just kind of shows you, these seedings don't really make a whole lot of difference at this point, do they?
No, they really don't.
Yeah. Thing is, there's so much variance in a game like this that it's hard to come up with an accurate seeding. So Like, it's not so surprising that the Seed like haven't predicted the outcomes of the matches very well, but it seems like maybe a little more this time than I would have thought. There have been a lot of upsets.
There have. You know, absolutely, you should give these guys a follow. They've been doing great. They've been having a lot of fun for us. They've been doing a lot of great stuff for our for the community, for the speedrunning community. And they're giving us the opportunity to restream their races. Veetorp heading into Landmo 2. He is down very low on arrows at this point.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah, it looked like you were a little rough, and he misses his final shot. So, last Landmo is gonna have to be sword swings.
Oh man, I think that was a contributing factor to why I felt a little bit shaky in G Towers, because I like had my bow out, but like a little part of me had to think about every arrow shot I fired before I shot it. And I was sort of getting into my own head.
Yeah, we noticed you were getting a little bit low, but then you always found a timely upgrade there. And we're like, well, as long as he doesn't like go ham on Ganon for whatever reason.
Right.
And speaking of that, nice double on Ganon, by the way.
Well, yeah, thanks. Sort of have to get a little lucky with those and have him spawn in the correct place. But when it happens, taking advantage of it is always good.
Veetorp heading up. One thing I noticed, the room that Veetorp is in now, the room between the 4 torch rooms. Did you remember that there was a full magic refill in that room?
Man, I did. But I was like, I had already pulled up the blue potion, and I was like, well, I'm running low on life here as it is. I'm just going to drink it. I had actually forgotten I had a red potion I could have used instead. And didn't realize that until I looked again in the Ganon fight.
You know, I don't know if it would have made that big a difference, all things said.
Yeah, that's true.
And that Trolldorm 2 fall.
I feel like he launched me like about 150% as far as he usually does when I got hit. I went clean across the arena, and I'm not sure why.
Well, we predicted that it was, the programming coming back and rooting for Veetorp there.
Yeah, maybe.
Veetorp with dash strats, which was very nice.
And he's going to validate, because why not?
And oh, I hate that room after Moldorm 2.
Oh man, this is...
That is the worst room in the game.
Room. Yes, absolutely. It's fine if you do it correctly the first time, but if you make even the smallest mistake, it goes completely off the rails. And then all of a sudden you're bouncing in between the bumper and the spike wall, and you're surrounded by 15 Helmosaurs, and it's not a good situation to be in.
I've seen, what is it? I think it's Enemy Randomizer.
Yeah, Randomizer.
That put the big spike thing in that room.
Oh no! Wow. Yeah.
What's wrong with you people? Where? At what point in time does that sound enjoyable?
I mean, that happens, but then, like, also the tile room spawner changes into a heart sometimes, and It usually works out in the end. I mean, I think my first time I did an Randomizer, I had to get through the first room of Myers swordless with 3 Lionels in that room, like the very first room. And I haven't seen anything worse than that personally.
Oh, that's just not right. Veetorp down to a half a heart. Into phase 2 of Ganon.
Man, I'm just nervous watching him.
Yeah, same here.
And he takes a death.
It's too bad.
Props to Veetorp for going ahead and finishing out the seed, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he could easily have just... I mean, he did dot forfeit, but he could easily have just dropped his stream and been done, but that's good on him to finish the seed.
So, Mr. AaronDobbe, do you have any other predictions for this tournament? We have you and Dude already in, our wonderful tracker already in the Sweet 16. Do you have any picks for us while we're here?
Oh man, I need to take another look at the bracket to see where everyone is. I haven't been keeping up so well. Let me see. I actually have it up here. Let's see. So yeah, picks. I think people who are gonna go far. I'm always rooting for Lou Dolphin from Group AB. I think he has the chance to really take it far. He played very well when I played against him, for sure. Let's see, who else? Right. Yes, of course, I don't want to forget my buddy Yume. I was just looking to see if he was out of round 1 yet.
Yume is not out of round 1. And
yeah. So I think he can definitely go pretty far if he gets the kind of seeds that he plays well on. I race him a lot, all the time, and he and I are very, very similar in ability, so I'm rooting for him for sure, and I hope that he can go far. I think it's definitely one you want to pay attention to as well.
I'll tell you, it's been a lot of fun. This is the second time I've had you as a racer, Aaron.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know. I usually go back and watch my races after, and yeah, you've always been great on commentary as well.
Well, thank you. I'm still pretty new to commentary.
You're doing a very good job.
Veetorp does get Torch Glitch.
so, if you're interested, everyone, we still have what we were talking about earlier. The Race 2, Emo-Saru versus I Have No Name, is going on right now over on ALTTPR2, and the winner of that match, this is buried a little bit here, winner of that match goes on to face, let's see.
The winner of that will go on to face Vasco Spot for the right to face AaronDobbe.
So GG Veetorp getting through there, making the push.
It's absolutely GG Veetorp. It was a
GG to you,
very
Veetorp.
enjoyable match.
And I will say again, all hail Veetorp.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, these are the last two matches of the night here on either the primary or secondary tournament. But a quick plug for tomorrow, all you early birds at 9 a.m. Eastern, Ben versus Sygard on Speed Gaming, the original. That's going to be one that I'm definitely going to go back and see later. But it's an early race, so go ahead and get to bed while you can so you can get up and early and watch that one.
And we've got some races tomorrow evening that are set up. We don't know what channel they're going to be on yet, but we've got Phyleon versus Key Aliens, and if needed, Emo Sorrow versus I Have No Name Race 3.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Both tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow afternoon, we also have Justin Z versus Smite, their second race. Smite is the underdog in that race against Justin Z, who is the number one seed, I think, overall in the tournament, in the secondary tournament, and down one game already to Smite. So that could be hype. We could see three top seeds who got buys in the first round all go down.